Hi, my name is Walter Hayhurst. I'm a registered pharmacist talking to you from wonderful Colorado. I'm 74 years old. The last 35, 40 years I've had several almost terminal diseases, and it all goes back to my genetics, so I can blame that on my mom and dad, and then my environment. And I tell everybody that I work with, if you have $100 to spend, I always spend 70 bucks on my environment, a few bucks on a diet to help, heal my gut. And then I'm on a couple things that really have boosted my immune system and my metabolism. Over the last 12 years, I've lost 81 pounds. I went from a world-class high hurdler to a guy that could hardly get off the couch. I had hundreds of doctors and pharmacists there in Houston that worked with me and for me, and none of those people could help me. So as a consultant for PharmaSource and Immunolytics, I get asked over and over, Walter, what do you do to help give yourself the tools to get better? And it's really very simple now in my life. The major part is my environment. So I test on a regular basis. I buy the little plates from Immunolytics lab, and I put them out. If they're really bad, I send one or two into the lab. They tell me genus, species count. And as a pharmacist, I've come to understand what makes me ill. It's the genetic species, Alternaria, and then I'm very, very sensitive to a lot of the different molds and bacteria. But Penicillium notatum and Aspergillus niger, those three things seem to be a very lethal cocktail for me. So the question is, once you find out if you have a problem, what do you do about it? Well, my first line of defense is a product called Mold, M-O-L-D solution. And Mold solution is made by a company called PharmaSource. Their website is CitriSafe, and that's CitriSafe.com. And mold solution is natural. It has never hurt one person that I'm aware of, and we've been doing it almost 20 years. And I spray my home all the time, used to spray my airplane, I spray my cars, and that's my first line of defense. Now, I put the plates out after that, 2 days later, 3 days later, and if there's more than 4 or 5 little spots on my plate, I send that into the lab, and they tell me what I'm dealing with, because I know those, but I'm not a professional mold individual that can tell you all the 30 or 40,000 species out there. So the first thing I do is clean up my environment. I use mold solution. The next thing is, if that doesn't work, then I call a gentleman named Jeff Bookout. He's with BioBalance. He's in Oklahoma, and his phone number is 505-400-8891. And he used to come in and fog my home, and it cost thousands of dollars, and I have more than one house. But when he finished, the mold spores were pretty much gone. After a period of time, one of my homes was built in the 60s. It started slowly coming back. The good news is he can sell you a fogging system, and it'll do two things for you. Help knock the mold out of your environment. More importantly, he can tell you how to test your environment with that system and see if your HVAC system is venturing toxic chemicals into your system from your attic or your basement and blowing those chemicals that turn on the genes that I have. I know which ones they are. And those things make me very, very inflamed, and then I get very, very ill. Doesn't happen immediately. 2 to 3 days in that wrong environment, though, and I get very, very sick. So the environment's the most important thing. I test my home, my car. I have 2 dogs. I test them all the time. There's a shampoo on that website for them. Now, more importantly, I also clean up myself. There's a human shampoo on that website. I shampoo up really good. I rinse off with non-chlorinated water every night, and when I grab my towel, my lovely wife has washed that towel in a special detergent that cleans up my towels, my sheets, and my clothes. So if I clean up my body with the shampoo, clean up my clothes, and especially my sheets with the detergent, I spray my HEPA filters while they're running with the mold solution. Every 3 days or 4 days, I'll put out a plate because I am so sensitive. And by doing all of those things over a period of time, I've come from a guy that weighed 265 pounds and now I weigh 185. I'm 6'3". And I feel as good today, this morning, as I have in 40 years. And I had access to the very best health care in the country. So get on the website, try these things. You have a question after you've tried it, please give me a call. My phone number, personal number is 303-919-7173. Leave your name and phone number. Do not leave a message because I get so many calls every day. So I'd love to help you, work with you. I'm a volunteer. I don't charge for my time. I learn as much from you guys as the things that we're learning. We have a long way to go. We got some of the smartest men and women in the country working with us, and most of us have the genetics that make us very, very susceptible to these things. So don't give up. Keep the hope and faith, and we're going to keep going and try to get better and better at this endeavor. Thank you very much.